my property. Hey, I'm Chris Thomas, and I help real estate investors achieve an average $35,000 profit per deal without ever seeing the property or fixing anything using my Land Flipping 101 High Profit Secrets Blueprint. Okay, so at the end of the day, it is your dedication, your activities, and everything that you do that's going to determine how successful you are. I've been posting for a year now about exactly how I run my business, and guess what? My way is not the only way to find success. There are other coaches and mentors and people who have put, stuff online too. And now, we may have conflicting information. We have different ways of doing things, but I would just recommend that you just pick one. If it's me, pick me and just do everything I tell you to do. Follow my plan. If it's the next guy, pick him and do everything he says, but don't fall into the mistake of trying to pick and choose what you like the teaching in one area for, but you like the teaching from someone else in another area. But all that's going to do is just confuse you. It's going to warp your mind, and you're going to be stuck with inaction, not taking any action. And then you're going to wonder why you're not successful in getting the results. So there are more than enough resources out there. If you actually do, the work and the research, you'll find myself or other people who will give you what you need to hit the ground running. So welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. I see you, Rudy. Hello, Candace. Thanks for joining me here today. Let's see. I did have a question this week I wanted to answer because I think this is a huge issue. Meyer asked, have I tried MapRight? And, this is kind of my point, because MapRight is a perfectly fine tool. It's just not one that I'm employing in my business system, which kind of proves my point that if you're going to get into this business, you have to decide, am I going to investigate and learn several different strategies or softwares even to decide which one's right for my business? Or am I going to pick a strategy in real estate and then pick a mentor that's already doing what I want to do and just duplicate their system to find my success? Okay, let me tell you, Mayor, the fastest way to success is going to be finding someone doing the thing you want to do and then model what is working. Okay, so I'll go ahead and describe my model and how I'm different. So I'm interested in high profit deals so that I'm not going after properties that I can buy for $1,500 and then resell for $10,000. Now, there's nothing wrong with that model. It's just not my model. My market segment is rural, vacant land, 5 acres or larger. And then I locate motivated sellers and I put their property under contract to purchase with a 6-month closing. And then when I find a buyer, I'm going to close twice, once with the seller and then again later with the buyer. But it's not technically wholesaling, although it looks very similar, but the difference mainly is that I'm closing with the seller. I'm not assigning it to an end buyer. Instead, I'm selling it to an end buyer because I take title in my company name. All right? And that's today's topic, selling your property. If you have any specific questions related to selling your property, go ahead and post them now, and I will respond to them in just a few minutes. The journey of a land flipper involves 3 main parts. There's the acquisition, the buying the property. There's the marketing of the property, and then there's the sales part where you dispose of the property, as they say. And there are many, many steps in the life of a piece of land that you flip. And so today I'm going to focus on sales and closing. I've already done a video on acquiring the deal and also on how to market it. So today we're talking about what's involved with sales. So we discussed a little in the marketing that you need to create a selling website. So all the photos and videos are so important because it's the majority of people are out there starting their search for property online. And the photos tell a story about the property, and you want to have images from every angle and everything, but it's what draws them in. It's what draws them in to look at your listing. And so many times you'll see a listing that has just like a tax map or a parcel map, and it's just black and white. It doesn't really tell you much because people buy on emotion. So you want to invoke emotion with your pictures, with your copywriting, and how you describe the property, and that kind of thing. So I know I've discussed marketing setup on another video, but I guess the next thing would be you really want to promote your website via social media and other avenues. You really you want to be everywhere you can be. You want your posting or your listing to be posted. Okay, the first thing is neighbor letters. That is the low-hanging fruit, so I would always send out neighbor letters. The next thing I would do is make sure I'm posted on the MLS, because the MLS aggregates all the other sites like Zillow and Trulia and Redfin and Realtor and Zome, and you need to make sure that you're on there, because also any real estate agent is going to be scouring the local MLS, and they can bring you buyers. I also recommend Craigslist. I think it's good to post on there regularly, the same property posted every few days. Think about posting it in nearby cities. Like Craigslist has like a different basically website for each city. So post in multiple cities that are close to your property. You might want to consider posting it, like if you're in a vacation destination. Let's say your property is somewhere in Florida, post it in the, I don't know, the Detroit Craigslist, because those people are in the middle of the winter probably wishing they were living in Florida. So, when those people are dreaming about where they'd love to be, that's a good strategy for marketing to them. And then also on Craigslist, just do a brief description, but the whole goal with Craigslist is to get them to contact you. So leave something out that they need to know so that they'll contact you, because you really want to get on the phone with them so that you can build rapport and sell the property, and also learn, what it is they're looking for, so you can quickly assess whether they're even going to be a good fit for your land. And then also Facebook, okay? Join, like if you have a piece of property in Dallas, for example, make sure you're joining the buy-sell trade groups for Dallas. Maybe if there's a suburb of Dallas that has a buy-sell trade group, join that too. Any local groups on Facebook. It could be real estate investing. It could be, anything really, anything. Just you want to join any Facebook group that's related to the property location, okay? And then also post it on Marketplace. Marketplace will automatically let you drop it into multiple groups, so you want to make sure you're everywhere. In every group you can find that has an audience in that marketplace, in that area of the country where your property is located, is going to help. I mean, nowadays TikTok is more searched than Google. Have a video about your property on TikTok. If you end up hiring a droner pilot to create a video of your property, absolutely post it on YouTube, post it on Instagram, put it on TikTok, put it everywhere. Everywhere. Now, I'm going to also mention another site. Now, this is a paid site, and it is expensive, but I do get a good number of leads from it, and that's Land.com and their family of websites. Because it's expensive, you don't have to start there, but if you're going to make this a significant part of your life, if this is going to be your business, you eventually will want to have a subscription. Land.com will aggregate out to Land and Farm, Lands of America, and their whole family of sites. So the next thing I'll mention, and then I do see some questions coming in, so I'm going to get to those in just a sec. But you've got to manage your buyers. You want to respond to everyone who makes an inquiry right away, like within a couple of hours. And then be ready to give your 30-second elevator pitch on what makes it a compelling property. And remember, there are multiple types of buyers, so it's good to kind of identify what kind of buyer you're talking to. Are they an investor? Are they looking for recreational land? Are they a retiree coming out of a big city and wanting to live their dream life? Are they a builder, which I guess is kind of an investor? Or they might just be a neighbor. And then you have to get into the negotiation, right? And that's usually the scary part for people. They're like, what exactly do we need to agree on in order to make this deal happen? Okay, so obviously everyone knows you've got to agree on the offer price. And then usually there's earnest money. So I do a rule of thumb of 1% to 2%, because I'm really not after their earnest money, but I'm after them to close the deal. So I just want it to sting a little bit if they pull out, that I get to keep their earnest money. And then who's going to pay for what closing costs? Is there going to be an agent involved? Because there are agent commissions that you have to consider when you decide what price you're going to take. You got to make sure and back out those agent commissions. And then, are they asking for a due diligence period? And what do you think is reasonable? I like to keep that super short. I don't accept contingencies. A lot of times they ask for a financing contingency or a feasibility study or a survey or a soil test. I don't typically offer any kind of a contingency. I just say I'm selling this land at a discount and such a good price that I don't do any site work. So, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do it. You're welcome to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pay for it. And as long as you can close within 30 days, you can do whatever you want as far as that goes. But I don't let my contracts be contingent on those things. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right, next thing is putting the property under contract, right? Once you have it under contract, you send the agreement to the closing agent. And then the last thing would be funding the deal. And if you're one of my students, you don't even need to worry about deal funding because you can use my money to close the transaction through the title company. So reach out to me anytime, post a question on this page or send me a private message, or you can email me at chris@landflipping101.com. I do spend time hanging out in the Facebook group every day. It's lots of time and answering your messages. I am personally answering them. So please reach out if I can help you with anything.